Hey, I'm Suzanna Lanier, actor and acting coach for over 25 years.
I'm Jess Greenberg, casting director for over 10 years.
We're here to help you navigate this crazy, creative, and sometimes chaotic journey into the film and television world.
We share our insights as to what works.
And invite some pretty spectacular guests to share more ideas to move you on your journey.
So without further ado, let's get into the show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our mini-sode. So today, Jess and I are going to be talking about acting tics and how you can improve them.
Yes. Tics
Yes.
and tips.
Tics and tips. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So Jess, through all your self-tapes you've been watching, have you noticed any actor tics that you think they should be working on, or what?
Yeah. I mean, again, it's not anything like across the board, but I would say just to be more aware of your body.
Some people, right?
Some people. Exactly. Yeah. I remember on Zoom one time there was an actor who he always like spoke with his hands. Mm-hmm. Like it, it was an authoritative type of role. And he was like trying to get a point across. And it was so distracting. It was almost taking away like the gravitas of his words because we were just focusing on the hands. And it was, and I'm like, do you realize that you speak like with your hand? I'm like, just try one where you're just like chill and not using your hands so much. And, but specific tics, no. I remember in theater school though, not theater school, in the theater program at my high school I was in, and I would always sort of like go like this. And I find I do that the same thing now, even on the podcast. It's not like a nervous thing, but it's just like a comfort.
So for people listening who aren't seeing, she's playing with her hair. She's keeps kind of playing with her hair. So that's her comfort thing.
So, but do you have tips on like how to fix that? Because also I find like on one hand, you do want someone who you trust enough, like to point those things out to you. But I also find it could make you just hyper aware and like then you like, oh fuck, I did it again, or like, so do you have like how do you get past that? How do you?
Yes, I do. And I can tell you there's there's actors, like the actors tells when they're not in character and they don't know their lines. Sometimes you can see their eyes roll up, they blink. Sometimes when you're hyper listening, you feel you're not listening, you do like a frown, they get the frown look. There's the hand. I'm a hand actor, that's my thing, and I'm a hand talker, that's just how I am. But it does get distracting on camera if you're your hands, like you said, that guy. And then I have my boppers who, when they're angry, they're bopping their head because they're really trying to make a point. So and move around a lot. I have a lot who just need to ground themselves. So it's very tricky as an acting coach to deal with these, because it's just exactly like you said. If you tell them, look, you're moving, you're bopping your head, then the whole scene no longer becomes about their goal and their connection. It all becomes about, oh my God, don't move my head. Oh my God, don't move my head. Oh my God, don't move my head. And that's what their scene becomes about, as opposed to being engaged. So yes, but I do think when you're rehearsing, and certainly in class, push your energy into your feet is one. On a very practical level, while you're rehearsing, tie your hands behind your back, tie them, do your scene as you would. Don't think about anything else. Just tie your hands. That's it. In your rehearsal, you're not going to do that on set. You're going to do that in the rehearsal. If you're like a frown, you stick
a tie my hands.
Tie my hands. Yeah.
I need this for the scene.
Stick a Band-Aid across your forehead. If you're a face mover, that will make you, every time you do it, you'll stop. So these are tips that I do in class to, we don't do it. I don't tie their hands in class, but these are suggestions. I have other suggestions when students have these tics. My experience is that when they're really into the character and they're connected to their scene partners, these tics all calm down. And they sort of go away on their own. It's usually just a nervous thing that comes out, and that's fine. That happens. But what I did really want to say, which is why I wanted to do this on the mini-sode, is as we did in our episode, we were talking about that in, come the new year, it's going to get busy. So I suggest for everybody, like, work on them now, work on them now, do your rehearsing now, because even if you can avoid doing it for your self tape, if you're nervous, they'll come up again while you're on set. So these things they're minor things that are not really that noticeable. Like, even like Jess, has said, she doesn't really notice all that in the auditions. Sometimes in a Zoom call, some guy used his hands too much and it was distracting. But I know, because, I have actors who are so, I have one guy and he was like, I always move my eyebrow up. I always move my, like, one eyebrow goes up. He did it once in a 2-minute scene. I did not even notice it. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, that's really not a tic. He's like, because I'm aware of it. I'm trying to stop doing it. And I was like, okay, stick a Band-Aid on your forehead when you're practicing and think about it. And that's good. But I think we think our tics are a lot worse than they are. So also don't make a huge deal about it. Like, don't make a huge deal about it. Just, it's a minor thing. And it doesn't make you a bad actor. That's what I want to say, because I think good actors, I have good actors who have a minor little tic here or there. And they're like, oh, I was blinking again. I'm like, whoa, you blinked twice. You're okay. Nobody's going to notice it. You've now become hyper aware of your tic. Like, work on it in rehearsal and then connect, listen, breathe, ground your energy down before you start. Think of the tip of your toes and then just do your scene and like do it, So that's my acting tips and on tics. Be easy on yourself. Yeah. Be easy on yourself though, while you're working on these minor adjustments.
And you don't even have to record anything new. You could literally just watch all of your self tapes that you've already done. And something that
review
you lean to always in every scene, have a viewing party.
That's a great suggestion. Have a viewing party, all the self tapes you've already done, and see if there's something that's going on that you want to work on, and then just work on it. Minor adjustments. It can be fun. And that's it. So yay, get ready for spring. I know we're not even into winter yet, but come, January, February, March, I think this strike is going to be handled. I think that's our prediction, and it's going to get busy. So now we see an end. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, I think, and it's time to get into action. Yes. Okay, everybody. On Thursday, we're going to be doing our episode. It's Jess and I, and we are going to be talking about networking and building relationships. We're also going to be talking about our predictions, and Jess is also going to share her experience on Blind B. So there's a lot of great stuff coming. So enjoy it and have a great couple of days. And we will see you at the episode on Thursday.
Thank you.
Bye.